welcome back to Talk Drama to Me, because she want that D in 2 minutes or less. It's your host, G, and co-host, Tiffany.
Hello, hello. How is everyone? G, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I mean, look at me, festive spirit, right?
Ooh,
Um,
nails.
the shocking thing is the year is nearly over, ladies and
I
gents.
know.
So I thought that I would ask you, instead of what did you love or not love this week, what did you love or not love this year?
Boy, this year, what did I love? I actually loved how much traveling I got to do. You'll have to excuse me because I'm super under the weather. So, for instance, I'm going to mute myself right now to sneeze.
It's very smelly, cat, and so I'm a little turned on. What kind of podcast are we?
Okay, the sneeze didn't happen, which makes me even more upset because when you get that little like tickle and you just want to.
Yuck.
Okay. So I think what I loved the most is how much traveling I got to do, mostly entirely because of my profession. I'm very thankful for that. Also, at the same time, what I didn't love was probably the amount of traveling.
Oh,
I usually get to go to Arizona like 4 times a year, and because I was traveling so much, I think I'm gonna go back for the second time next week. I'm very much so feeling the woes of not being in my childhood home for a while and not really having seen my family because I've been traveling so much, which I loved. It is also like, oh man, I've been traveling so much. But what about you?
I also love to travel this year. I haven't traveled as much. Having 2 kids really isn't helpful.
Girls trip next year?
Hey. I'm lucky if I get to take a trip to the mall by myself. But what I will say is, I actually loved vertical dramas this year. I think thanks to this new medium, not only was I able to watch it, but then I was able to code you into doing this podcast together. We're always texting, but the opportunity for us to reconnect, at least once a week, has been a pretty bright spot in my days.
Absolutely. That's whenever someone talks to me um about this podcast or, why I'm doing it because I didn't even know these things existed. And I'm like, I wanna talk to my friend. She lives across the world. This is a great excuse.
Wait, when you talk about these, are you like, "I am doing a podcast about something I know nothing about." That's your intro?
Pretty much. They'll, like, ask me what they are, and I'm like, "I can kind of explain it to you, but I myself am not 100% sure on what I'm watching."
Okay, wait. So for the new listeners, Tiffany, tell us a little bit about our podcast.
So, our podcast is I don't even know if we say we review them because we kind of do, but we watch these things called vertical dramas that are in total about an hour and a half long, but each episode is about 2 minutes. Sometimes they're 50 seconds, if we're being honest. They're not all the same length.
She's clocked them.
I have clocked them. Well, especially because I'm watching with commercials, and when they stop in between, I'm like, "That was only 50 seconds. How am I already doing another 2 minutes worth of commercials? This is insane." Um, but yeah, so it's basically a low budget soap opera. If you can imagine, it's like all the same 6 or 7 storylines, and they just keep recycling and changing names and maybe changing locations and outfits, God willing. I think that's a pretty good definition of vertical dramas, right? Like kind of soap operas that are in episode form, and you can watch them from your iPad, from your phone, and you have to pay in, is it coins?
Queens.
Coins, yeah. And did it originate on TikTok?
I don't know if it originated on TikTok, but there's obviously a lot of similarities in that way. You're correct.
Mm.
Now,
Okay, cool.
here's where I disagree. Are they the same 7 storylines? Well, Tiffany, not according to today's find. We've
Oh,
done it,
dear.
folks. We found a Christmas vertical drama.
I mean, no. We did do that, but it is quite literally the same storyline as Homeless Billionaire. Just change homeless with greasy mechanic man, and it is the same vertical drama.
Is that your retitle for this drama? Aw, guys. Well, I have higher hopes for this Christmas. I married a Grease-Stained Billionaire. We found this on Drama Pops. It's a recent release as well. The tropes we cover here are CEO, secret identity, and Tiffany may disagree, but Imma say a Christmas, okay? In this Christmas, I married a Grease-Stained Billionaire. We follow Leo, billionaire mechanic hiding his true identity, fake engaged, to Joy, a scorned nurse desperate to fulfill her dying mother's last wish. Ah, dang it. You're right. In this way, it is very similar to Homeless.
Wait, did you not make that connection yourself this entire time? You're like, "Oh, a
She
new
really
movie."
wasn't dying. She was dying adjacent.
Well, the mom dying, like, "I need to meet my future son-in-law before Christmas. It's my mother's dying wish." It was the same exact thing.
Dang it. It was the same script.
Yeah.
Their relationship, though, escalates and ends with Leo proposing in a snowy Santa-assisted Christmas miracle. Ah, remember when snow fell in Homeless and it was
Yes.
a
Oh,
magical moment?
the snow.
Yeah, quote unquote snow. Ah, dang it. I've learned a lot. We've got to go, guys. We've done this one already. Bye.
Yeah, but that was kind of like a pre-podcast, so we really haven't done one of this script quite
That's true.
yet.
Fresh eyes. Fresh eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Well, then I guess let me hand it to you for the very original main characters.
So we have Mariah Moss. She plays Joy, and she's a nurse. She's super sharp. Tough exterior, very empathetic. Quote, "Eat the rich." G wrote this, by the way. I'm reading off her script. Self-sacrificing, superstitious. I don't know a lot of these yet because I just saw that first little baby preview. So interesting. Okay. I did look at her Instagram, and she's done, I'm assuming, a lot of these, right?
I would call her another like vertical star, if you will.
Oh. Well, so that was gonna be one of my questions is, as someone who's dating an actor, I wonder, is there a way actually, no, I guess I'm answering my own question because I was gonna say, if you do these verticals and you keep doing them and doing them, do you just get kind of boxed into being a vertical star, or can you ever break out of that and do other actual movies and shows? But that is absolutely the case. You can, because I know someone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but she's great. You know, she's got her thirst traps. She has her beautiful headshots, stunning. She's booked and blessed. Now, how do we say his name?
The name is pronounced Leif. Leif Offerdale. Offerdale? Is it Offerdal?
I would say Offerdahl.
We are not
Offerdahl?
women of culture, and we are very sorry for butchering this name.
'Cause Dahl, Dahl, that part I knew. I was questioning the Leaf part.
Is it
Leaf Eric, like Leif Erikson?
Lif?
Life?
I think it's just Leif.
Life? Leif
Life?
Eric Offerdahl as Leo Carter. He is the CEO, bored billionaire. He's not homeless. He's not the homeless billionaire. He is a bored billionaire and likes working on cars, and he's a big softie. He is quite famous on Instagram. So,
Really?
yes. Actually, we have 2 mutual friends. One of them is an actor. So, he definitely has his.
Oh, wait, hold on. 2 seconds. I have to go make you bigger.
You have
Yes,
to
that
zoom
is right.
in. I'll zoom in for
So,
you.
we are looking at, like, a black and white picture of him struggling to put on his tank top, and so we get, an eye full of abs.
Maybe he needs you to help him.
And now, he has actually lost his pants as well because we are
Correct.
seeing what are the side muscles? You
The
know,
obliques. He
the
has obliques.
obliques. He has obliques. You know, here's the vibe he gives me from those. Does he look like a surfer?
I could see that. He could totally play a surfer, you know? He's a good-looking guy. I'm not much of a I don't really have a thing for blondes, but he does kinda have that, like, naughty look.
Yeah.
Did I already show you
I
that
think
picture?
I like him with that hair,
Yeah.
with, like,
He
the
oh,
shorter hair.
wait, can we talk about surfer? You were like, surfer?
I don't like the longer hair, but he definitely is a surfer.
I don't either.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, total
He's
burnout kinda look, kinda
he
vibe.
is yeah, he is serving looks.
I think these 2 actors are really well matched. I did find them to have some natural chemistry, and
How do you
I
not? No. How do you not when you look like that and she looks like that, how are you not like, "Well, I can make this
no,
work."
for
Like
sure. Yeah.
like
Not this girl.
like this is where my career has led me to try to act like I like kissing this person. Oh dear.
Yeah. But have you also noticed they kind of have the same big neck thing going on? Like, they
Big
work at the
neck.
neck. Look at his neck.
Look
Look at
at
his
you
neck. Come
coming
on.
for big necks this early in the morning. Jeez. What do you got against big necks?
Apparently nothing. I'm sorry I mentioned them. But physically, like, they're weirdly very well matched.
Yeah.
Um, ah, I meant to say, this is not their first drama together. They've done a couple, and the previous ones too, they've had some great chemistry as well, and so when I saw them in the Christmas vertical, click, click, we gotta do it. And I have something embarrassing to tell you guys. I can no longer support another app, like, in this economy, right? And it is on Drama Pops, which is an app I just don't
Oh,
have. I don't have a lot of interest. I just wanna watch this one. So guess who played the game for, like, a whole week straight? I have been, doing all of the daily check-ins, watching the stupid ads, like, just praying to God that I got it finished before we had to record for our podcast. So I have spent triple the amount of energy one needs to, simply because I'm not gonna do another app. What I found, though, is Drama Pops is based out of Turkey. If you notice that there was, a slightly higher production quality, like, there are more sets, there are more outfits, there's just more of everything. There's a plane, right?
yeah, there was a crash.
There was a plane crash. Spoilers, but
Was there snow?
yeah, there was snow. That was one of the scenes. There's that big cabin with the snow as well. All of that is likely because they're filming in Turkey, where I do believe they get some government subsidies and obviously better rates for these things. So
Oh,
here
for
we are,
sure.
guys.
I was just watching something with my boyfriend last night, and it was, Absentia. It's on Netflix. I think it was originally on Amazon Prime. He kept being like, "They keep saying this is Boston, but this is clearly some Eastern European city. Like, this is not Boston." And I didn't
It's
even
Boston, yes?
I'm like, "It looks dark and whatever." Yeah, it's Boston. I was whatever, I was just there. Yeah, looks the same. But he was like, "No." And then every single background actor kind of had an accent.
Girl, we gotta talk about the accents in this one as well.
All right, here we go. So, we open with Leo, quote, "grease-stained billionaire," tinkering under the hood of a car when his assistant Vince barges in with business demands. "Tell them I authorized a buyback. Move fast before Asia opens." Quote, that's
Before
what
an
Leo says.
Asian opens.
Listen, might be better for business. So
Now, I do just wanna make a note. This is real business jargon. Clearly, what this is telling us is that his business is in crisis control. A CEO might trigger a stock buyback when the company's share price is dropping, or in this case, investors are panicking. And when he says, "Move fast before Asia opens," like, just think about the globe. As soon as the US market closes, the international markets would open up. So he's acting quickly to stabilize the stock before international markets can kind of panic and react,
are you
preventing a sell-off.
are you telling me that they did their research and actually had something that a person would actually say?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
This, person has in fact gone to Business 101. I just wanted to point out that when he's mentioned buyback, right, that should tell you this business is in crisis control for whatever reason.
Do we ever find out what the business is, or is this one of those elusive things like the Jones Group and we just don't know what they do?
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
But what do companies do anyway? Yeah, yeah.
All right. So then next, he says most billionaires sneak away to islands, but you play with cars. So Vince, his assistant guy, says that he should settle down, find a nice girl, and then he leaves. And Leo mutters that he only meets gold diggers. Like, how can I meet a nice girl when I'm a billionaire? You know, I mean, struggle. So then, seconds later, Joy runs in, soaking wet and stranded, panicked because her car broke down like a half mile down the road. She stumbles into Leo's shop on Christmas Eve. She gets a call from her sick mom, excited to meet her fiance. And the minute she gets this call, she's like, oh, one sec. And then I see the freaking lady with the breathy thing with the nose things. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Another dying mother in the hospital. Another dying mother. Come on, guys. Why have we I can give you other plot line. I can give you other suggestions. It doesn't have to always be a dying mother. It was like a loud eye roll. Oh, God. So her mother's dying, and she wants to meet her daughter's fiance as her last dying wish. Then it shows a flashback at the hospital. Joy, as a nurse, catches her fiance Daryl mid blowjob, pose with Bianca because her hair got stuck in his zipper, so her head was quite literally by his crotch. And then she tosses the wedding ring in the cup and makes him drink it. And then she also chops Bianca's hair to free her from Daryl's zipper.
We've seen this before. I've never been in that predicament. I don't understand how you could be in that predicament.
She's not a pro. That's for one. Yeah.
This is her first time at the rodeo?
This was her first time. Again, remember Homeless Billionaire, he comes through the drive-through, no pun intended, through the drive-through, and then it's the blowjob thing. It's,
That's
like,
so
almost
true.
verbatim.
So what's happening now is that storyline was clearly pulled from, like, a C-drama. It wasn't just a script out of nowhere. I have discovered that the Brazilians are remaking these verticals shot for shot,
Mm.
but in the Brazilian version, he also goes through the drive-through, but instead of doing the blowjob, she is just straddling him and they're making out. Like, are the Brazilians a little more chaste? Is a blowjob not acceptable in Brazilian
I would
culture?
say no because they are the ones that came up with
Ah,
the Brazilian wax and Brazilian butts and all
yeah,
that.
right?
So I don't know. I would say no.
Well, we'll review the Brazilian one for everyone later. Sorry, go on.
Her car breaks down, so she spills the whole story to Leo, then begs him to fake being her fiance for her mom's dying wish. Leo likes her, so he does agree to this. They get to her apartment. Leo walks in on her undressing, then she walks in on him fully naked. There's no door knocks in vertical dramas. They just barge through. They are all 74-year-old Filipino mothers that don't have boundaries. They just barge right in. There's no knocking. I am speaking from experience. You do
Can
not
I
knock.
Joy serving body yada yada. I really had to check myself. I was like, wait, who am I supposed to be looking at in this vertical? Because wowza,
Joy. You
joy,
should be looking
Jesus
at Joy.
Christ, like
Yeah,
unbelievable.
she's hot.
Good for her. That's dedication.
Honestly, this feels like a better match. I think we've watched somewhere I'm like, "Why did they put that person with that person?" This seemed to be a more even playing field, if you will.
Yeah, because they're both like ridiculously hot.
They're both
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
Maybe with some of them, they pick someone that's, like, not as good looking, so maybe us commoners who watch these are like,
Us
"Oh,
peasants.
we could have a chance with someone like that. She did
Yeah.
or he did." So, anyway, I digress. She walks in on him fully naked, and he doesn't even flinch. He's like, "I'm here, baby." Not really, but he doesn't do anything. So she flusters out of the room, leaving clothes behind. We cut to Leo's shower scene. Then he struts out in a towel, abs on full display. Joy is ogling, flusters again, and then bolts to give him space with his body.
Kudos to this writer. This whole thing was just fan service. I felt like the towel scenes, we got both towel tropes that always catch our eye. I know you're not a huge fan of them, but the towel just fluttering off the body and then him coming out just in a towel, despite the fact that didn't she leave clothes for him? I don't know. Anyway,
Remember.
who am I to say no to some fan service? Thank you so much.
Now, the next scene, they're boarding Leo's, quote, borrowed private plane. The plot twist. Apparently, a commercial flight got grounded, so their private plane will be taking 2 extra passengers to help. And who could it be? Who could it be? It is Daryl and Bianca. Are they going to the same
Wow.
hometown? You betcha, just like in Homeless Billionaire.
Just like in public, no.
Yeah,
I hate myself for not realizing.
I'm shocked that you didn't see the connection. There's too much
Too
brain
busy
rot.
going for the coins. Yeah.
So, yeah, immediately I was like, I've seen this one before. They're insulting each other back and forth. Joy, she drops the real bomb. She goes, "That ring? Daryl dug it out of his own shit." So Bianca flips out because if you remember at the hospital, she put the ring in Daryl's water and then he drank it. So, of
And he
course,
didn't realize there was something in the
he didn't feel
water.
something sharp. But yeah, so Bianca is disgusted. So she flips out, spills the champagne on Joy, and rushes to the bathroom. In the bathroom, turbulence throws her and Leo together. Joy and Leo. They're in the bathroom together. Tension rises. Oh, yeah.
Explodes. Sorry.
Explodes. Leo kisses her, and they make out as passionately as possible in an airplane bathroom until the plane's continued turbulence lurches them back to reality. Hot mess express.
This was a really hot kiss. I have never wanted to be a part of the Mile High Club more in my entire life. I was like, oh.
I there's too many factors for me. If I'm congested, my ears, I swell. I don't know if I would be a hot person to try and do mile high club stuff with.
Even with him? I
Uh,
suppose if he came to your bathroom, he'd be like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me?
you've seen me in the dating world. You know exactly how that would go. I probably wouldn't even look him in the eye, and I would be like Tism Tiffany and just run away. Would not be that moment that him and Joy had.
Oh, no. You would find a non-existent corner in that bathroom.
Correct.
Love it. Well, we're changing up our format. Obviously, it's not pass or pay because you would never pay for these apps. But I suppose that the question to you is pass or play. Would you go behind the paywall?
I don't think so because I think I've seen this one before.
Yeah, that's true. You were pointing out bit for bit what
Yeah.
was already an homeless billionaire. Ay, ay, ay. I really thought I did it. I don't know if you watched the trailer. Spoilers,
Mm-mm.
guys. Santa is real. So,
So this does have more Christmas in it?
yeah, like Santa
Oh.
is an actual character in this. And so I really thought I did it. But I
Oh, hell
suppose,
yeah.
yeah, in your preview, I didn't. So that's a bummer.
It's all good.
I will say what kept me going because first, it's pretty popular. They're serving tons of ads for this one. And then, second, I really liked the chemistry between the two leads. And
Mm.
so I was pretty confident if the story wasn't good, at least we'd get like a good love line, was my
Oh,
thinking.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, with that in mind, let's go behind that paywall back to the plane. The plane has to make an emergency landing. The landing gear fails and the plane crashes. We see the plane still intact. Leo had mentioned earlier that the front of the plane was gone, which is why we never saw the pilot or the flight attendant ever again. Direct quote is front of the plane's gone. I think it split off in the trees.
So I actually watched further than I was supposed to. I watched up until the plane crashed.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I noticed about this app is if it sees that you have enough coins to go, it doesn't even ask you. It's just like, we going.
And then it just takes your coins?
Yes.
That's rude.
So rude.
What if you don't wanna use the coins on that and you wanna use it on something else?
Right. What if I did want to watch something else? I didn't, but what if I did? This is where I need them to consolidate. Unfortunately, I'm asking for a monopoly here because there are too many apps that have too many different functions and widgets and I just need them to start either becoming all uniform or big fishes need to start eating little fishes.
They need to consolidate to one app. It's insane what they make us do.
Yeah, or can the production companies get better, more competitive agreements that allow these verticals to be shown on multiple different apps? Like, must they all be exclusive? Must you do this to me?
Right. Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
so the plane has to make an emergency landing on the ground. When Joy comes to, she tends to Leo's wounds. The tension between them is thick until Bianca interrupts, screeching for help.
Screeching.
Where is this accent from? Genuinely, I want to like Bianca. I do think she is funny comedic relief, but I cannot pinpoint this accent and it is very grating to the ear. Is it not? I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where these people are from. Is it like a Turkish accent?
Maybe it's Turkey, land of the hair transplants.
Bianca is not a good representation for the accent. Maybe this isn't even her normal. She's probably a British actress. Right? Gosh darn British people with their accents. And now, in the middle of the snowy forest, they spot a cabin. The door creaks open and out steps Chris, an old man who looks like Santa. He invites them inside for the night, saving all four of them from the cold. That night, it's just Leo and Joy alone in the living room. Are you ready? She's on the sofa. He's on the floor. He kisses her hand, and one thing leads to another. It is passionate, desperate, and a little clumsy as Joy tumbles from the couch. There's boob grabbing, body touching. It is hot.
No intimacy coordinator for this, clearly.
Well, I mean, do you need someone to
You
coordinate
don't.
when it's so natural? Look at those. I think generally intimacy coordinators are a good idea, like everyone should have them, right?
Oh, I think so too.
Right. These people, these 2, are they dating in real life? Like they're just so good. They're so good. Like I don't
They're
know.
so believable. We get to interview one of them and be like, "What's it like to kiss Joy?"
She's so hot. What is even her routine? What do you have to eat to look like that? A carrot?
What is she not eating, I think is the real
That's a
answer.
good question.
I have a direct mutual friend with,
Okay, and so, Tiffany, you are surrounded by people who just have abs for days, and spoilers.
they're not showing them to me.
You're like, "I have to watch these dang verticals to see them. You're holding out on me?" It's for the coins. The only note I have for this is that Joy is supposed to be a nurse, and as a nurse, you would think she would, like, immediately tend to these cuts. I think in order to, like, make this experience sexier, I don't know to who, but sexier, they do leave their, like, bloody cuts very much visible and undressed.
Leaving room for infection, of course.
In the morning, Chris Kringle, hello? Chris hooks them up with a reindeer and a sleigh. Where did they get the reindeer?
That's a big budget.
There you go. Reindeer budget coming in hard. Reindeer in a sleigh, pointing them towards civilization while Daryl and Bianca are left to walk. We fast forward to Leo and Joy arriving in Clovis. They ring the doorbell of Joy's mom's house, and Joy introduces Leo to Doris, who wastes no time dropping her dying wish. She wants to see Joy married. Now, Joy must never call her mom Doris because what do you mean? She's been dating this guy, Daryl, and she introduces her to Leo. Wouldn't the mismatched names sound off alarms here?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she's dying with. No, in the next scene, actually, Joy explains that her mom's dying from pulmonary disease. It's terminal because the life-saving trials are out of reach. Doris spent the money that they have on current treatments and, just you wait, 2 tickets to the Aid and Comfort Ball. It's a charity gala where her parents fell in love 30 years ago. Leo stands up and vows to make it a night that Joy will never forget. In the morning, we see Leo cutting wood in slow motion. His body is glistening.
Yada, 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 yada.
The oil budget is not as big as in some other verticals. Clearly, they had to allocate it to reindeer or whatever, but it's a natural glisten. Joy's mom approves, saying, City Boy's got some country hands after all. This outfit, guys, he is wearing a button up that is probably 2 sizes too big. And instead of going and getting him one that would fit, they just cut off the sleeves and said, Here you go, make do. At the park, they hand out treats Joy baked, and Joy praises Clovis's hardworking spirit, not billionaires trying to buy happiness. And while watching geese, because in the town of Clovis, what do you do for fun? You watch geese. Leo admits he loves the simple life of geese watching. At the Christmas market, Daryl and Bianca show up mocking the egg-selling Leo and Joy as Mr. and Mrs. Old McDonald. Bianca knocks over their egg basket and then smashes an egg on Joy's face. Daryl claims the eggs are contaminated, but Leo proves they're fresh by cracking one open and eating it raw. How is that helpful? But suddenly, ants swarm Daryl and Bianca, sending them fleeing. Joy notices Chris, leaving them wondering, is he actually Santa Claus? What I appreciate from this vertical is Bianca is clearly the villain, right? There's no redeeming qualities. You may even wonder, why is Daryl even with her? Is he a hostage? Did she con him into being together? She's clearly the villain, and she gets her comeuppance almost immediately. It is almost always instant karma. And in verticals to know that not always do villains get their comeuppance, but here she do. We cut to Leo's secretary Vince back at the office uploading files before menacingly calling someone mysterious, saying, It's done. Oh, back at the house, the power cuts out, so Joy and Leo head to the barn. They almost kiss until Joy spots Vince lurking. These are 2 actors with really good chemistry. Why so many near kisses? It's killing me. Look, they just had sex in a random living room just fine. What do you mean they can't just kiss like normal people? It's very infuriating. Not a fan. Leo quickly covers, introducing Vince as his boss, the owner of the shops he works at. Joy steps out to give them privacy, but lingers by the barn door, eavesdropping. Vince drops a bomb. There's a leak at Gatekeeper Industries. He warns that Gatekeeper, Leo's company, can't survive without him and calls Joy a liability and storms off. She confronts Leo, who brushes it off as shop talk. Joy and Leo rush back to the house to find Doris beaming with good news. Someone has paid for her medical bills, and a specialist might save her life. As if on cue, the lights flicker back on like a Christmas miracle. At the Christmas market, Joy eyes a $40,000 dress. Come on, guys. Not in the town of Clovis where you're handing out bread as presents and watching geese for funsies. A $40,000 dress? Ay, ay, ay. You have to make it a believable amount of money. 40,000? I'll give you 4,000. 4,000 in the town of Clovis. That seems about right. Have we been to a small town before? I I actually go to a small town quite often. It's where the family lives. Never seen a $40,000 dress in my life in that small town. What a plot point. Later, Leo, wouldn't you know it, gives Joy the dress while decorating the tree. They kiss passionately. Finally! Yay! More kissy, kissy, kisses. Just either kiss or no kiss. It's very black and white. You can't just half kiss, right? And so all these near kisses leaves me wanting, which is a part of the game. I get it now. There's a lot of things I'm realizing as I say them out loud. At the charity gala, the two couples arrive and Vince is lurking, complaining about Leo on the phone. Joy and Leo find their table when someone calls Leo Carter. He plays it off, but Joy isn't buying it and steps away for air. Bianca follows Joy, rips the top of her dress, and exposes her bra. I legitimately shocked Pikachu face here. What do you mean she would rip open this dress in this public venue? Bianca, are you demented? Are you insane? That's that's sexual harassment. Gosh darn it, Bianca. All she did was cut off some of your hair. It does grow back. None of what you've done thus far is warranted behavior. It's really cuckoo cabanas. At the charity gala, a bidding war breaks out between Daryl and Leo for the 8-carat emerald flame ring, and Leo wins. Joy, realizing she's been lied to, because what do you mean a grease-stained mechanic is able to spend 10 million on a ring? She runs off. Bianca, though, again, deranged, demented Bianca. Bonkers Bianca. Bonkers Bianca. Bonkers Bianca, furious, rushes the stage, grabs the ring, but her hair catches on fire. A guard sprays her with the fire extinguisher. Daryl slips trying to reach her, and the ring flies through the air straight into Leah's hand. With the ring in hand, Leo chases Joy down and tries to reassure her that this was all real. It was all real to him. Joy throws his jacket at him and walks away from him. Oof. What do you. A billionaire can't find true love? Is love even real then? Back at the house, Doris comforts Joy and reveals Leo paid the medical bills. The measure of a man isn't in his money, it's in how he loves you. And that man loves you. Doris says this to Joy, which I just found really heartwarming. I really felt like that is something a mom would say. Joy admits that she loves him and hope it's not too late. Cut to Leo entering the barn where Joy waits. She confesses her love and asks for forgiveness. Leo begs for hers in return, and they promise no more secrets. As they slow dance in the barn, their kiss deepens, and Joy whispers, I love you. Leo pulls her in close. I love you more than anything. This one-upmanship, I love it. As they grow intimate among the hay bales, the camera fades to black. In the morning, they race to the farmhouse. As they enter, they see the house in disarray. Santa Claus is everywhere. There has been a Santa Claus massacre. They answer a call from Vince, who says Doris is alive for now. He confesses he is the leak, built gatekeeper, and now wants control, or Doris dies. Joy must come alone to the warehouse with the signed documents that hand control over from Leo to Vince. But Vince, baby, honey, boo-boo, the baddies just like aren't thinking right. Vince pinpointed the way to get Leo out of gatekeeper early on in the series, that he should just find a nice girl and settle down. Vince, what do you think he's been doing? He found said nice girl, will settle down in the small town of Clovis, where there is no international airport within miles. They've got reindeer, but not an international airport. This was your opportunity. Leo would have naturally come to the conclusion that he don't want to run gatekeeper. It's yours, boo-boo. But what do you have to go and do? You have to go kidnap an old lady? That's where your brain went? Vince, spoilers. It's not going to end well. Okay? Kidnap does not end well. Now, at the warehouse, we find Doris tied up, hooked up to this enormous oxygen tank, surrounded by thugs. Joy arrives with the briefcase. Then Leo strides in. It's slow motion, it's sexy, it's a stride. Leo fights the guards, but Vince chokes him out. Joy thinks fast, grabbing Doris's huge oxygen tank to distract everyone. Leo takes out the guards, Joy blasts Vince with the tank, and Leo knocks him out. Teamwork, dream work. In the end, Leo drops to one knee, pulls out the emerald flame ring, and proposes. Joy says yes, just as snow starts falling. We see Chris wink from the shadows and vanish. Magic of Christmas. The end. Hi, it's G again, but this time solo. I know, you're really just here for the Tiffany show. She's hilarious. I've known for years that she deserves to be a star, and she is. Just absolutely hustling in New York. She had to go. We may have spent way too long just having a bit of a kiki and totally ran short on time. So here I am taking you to the end. We'd already wrapped up the story, so now let me tell you a little bit of the vibes. It was still cute. I don't have Tony here to regulate me. I don't care that it's a story we've seen. There are elements, there are shades of other vertical dramas embedded into this one. It was cute and full of the Christmas spirit I wanted. How many times does Santa save the day, right? Amazing. I was correct that the chemistry between the two leads, Brian and Leif, their chemistry is bonkers. And they should continue working together because whatever it is that je ne sais quoi, they've got it, right? I did also appreciate the higher production quality. It was very noticeable to me that we weren't just in the same house that entire time. We definitely had different scenes. We had a plane for the first time in our review history. We had a full blown plane. So that was really nice. And also, again, thank you so much, team, for the fan service, all of the towel work you're doing. Okay, keeping the towel industry afloat in these times. What a service. What an amazing thing you've done. So thank you for that as well. What are some low lights? First, Mom didn't know Daryl from Leo. Joy's probably telling her mom Doris about Daryl all this time, and suddenly she shows up with Leo, has no questions. You should have questions because, as we've discovered, Daryl is from the town of Clovis, right? Clovis flooring, whatever. Mom, you didn't know Daryl from that? The high school probably had 20 kids in their graduating class, and you didn't know Daryl? Mom, I have questions. Is this a story about amnesia? Is your illness far greater, more severe than you are letting on? Are you even her real mother? That's the vertical. What if she's not the mom? See, Leo, your spidey senses should have been going there. Second, oh God, you should just go and buy this vertical to look at how huge this oxygen tank is. It honestly looks like one of those helium tanks that you buy to fill up balloons, right? She's a birthday party kind of mom. She's not dying anymore, right? Clearly, because apparently she just needed access to these life-saving treatments. I don't know why the Aid and Comfort Ball that sells $10 million rings could not give her the money, the charitable contribution towards those treatments. This thing takes place in Clovis. You would think they would take care of one of their own. What are they doing with their $10 million? Apparently, they too have some large overheads, lots of administrative fees, cannot help Doris, resident of Clovis, in her time of need. But if she's all better now, right, she has access to these treatments thanks to our billionaire friend, do they still have to get married? Is that still her dying wish? Hopefully she gets some better dying wishes. I don't know. maybe travel. Has she traveled? So they were just in a plane accident. Again, Vince is an idiot. Is an absolute idiot. Thank God the villains of the world are just big dummies, right? Vince is an idiot because if Leo ends up with Joy, of course, Leo would relinquish control of the company. So, Vince, again, you did not need to do this whole rigmarole. It was about to happen. Let nature take its course, my guy. And here we are. Apparently, he loves to stay in control. You know, our little Vince, short man syndrome. I don't have a wrap up. And I'm very sorry about that. Look, the holidays have been upon us. I'm sure we've all been busy. So give me mea culpa, give me a little bit of grace here. If you have a funny wrap up, drop it in the comments. Love to hear it. I will just say the current title simply doesn't work because this Christmas I married a grease-stained billionaire. Liar, you lie. You marry no one. You marry no one. You got fake engaged. I didn't even see a ring. It was a very fake engagement. I just want to say thank you so much for staying on this journey with us. We started this podcast at the end of 2025. I have learned a lot. Tiffany has learned a lot, particularly about verticals. And it's been so nice to share this journey with you. Tiffany and I were supposed to do a teaser. Definitely for Lunar New Year, we've got some really fun things, lots of irons in that fire for you as we broaden our horizons. Follow us on TikTok, Insta, YouTube, and Substack. We're posting the clips, the thirst traps, and the theories. Talk Drama to Me drops every Wednesday. Have a great new year. Bye for now.